Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Kind of breezy here. We're revisiting this Craftsman. It's a 2020. It had a lot of missing parts, no oil in it, no gas. We got it to idle in the last video. This was part of a big group of mowers I got in Palmetto, Florida. We had checked these two out that had seized engines. I'm still gonna mess with this. I was able to break it free with my 50-50 concoction, ATF and acetone. This one that was submerged in the Gulf of Mexico is probably not going to do anything for me. I can't budge this thing at all. So this was the first one we kind of went through all the way. Had a sheared keyway. Noticed the blade was bent, so I came up here. The recoil was off of it. I had to steal some recoil screws. It's the M100 500 series crafty. So what else? I used the same mixture, was able to break the spacer here, the coupling off. So that came off. What else? Added fresh oil, put another blade on it. Like I said, the blade was bent. So we're still off a little bit on the shaft. I'm going to see if it's going to be acceptable. If not, I'll remove the blade and adapter, use this broken adapter. There's no keyway on it, so I can put it anywhere on the adapter and then use my 3-pound sledge to straighten it out. So this had no front wheels. The rear wheels are 11s, so I went to 2 other machines that I have nearby. Boland, same deck, only different color, and they had 7-inch wheels on the front, so I went to my scrap yard and found this front end. I must have taken it off of a rusted out machine. It's got a string here on the adjuster, so apparently it was jumping teeth. They strung it up. So use my concoction on these because they were rusty. Ended up breaking them free, so we're going to use these. They're 7-inch wheels. So we got some wheels. Only thing is the tread pattern's different from the back. Like I said, 11s on the back, 7s here on the front. So I got to grab some grease. We're going to grease these up, put them on, put the recoil on. I did both the springs, the governor slash throttle spring was missing. That's why it was idling so low. So put that one on from a junk engine. Took the cable off in the back and lube that up so we have action. And I put another spring on the linkage here because that was off. So now we have action in the cable. So this thing was like a turd festival. You thought this was a turd festival on the Murray. This is the turd festival right here. So I need grease. Let me get my can or container of grease. We're going to grease up the front wheels here. See, I had the grease out earlier. If I can't put my hand on it, I'm going to just use oil. Okay, I see it. So I'm hoping for success on this machine. Okay, spread some around the axle, then I put a little bit back here. I should probably take the rubber grommet and put it on this one from the junk machine. Now I'm going to put a little bit of grease back here on the nut. So that's that. Grease up that nut. Okay, what do we got? Okay, that's acceptable. Let's see if I can get this plastic grommet off without any issues. Okay, it popped off. Okay, it popped on. Let me jump over to the other side. I'll take a fingerful of grease with me. Grease this one up. Back of the wheel right there. A little more grease on the nut. Don't drop it in the sand. Only thing I haven't started is the carb clean. I'll go through it anyway. So this thing needed a valve adjustment. I told you that in the other video. Valves were loose. I tightened up the 4 head bolts. Keyway, which I told you about. So this thing's working me. 2020 is a basket case. I put some oil on the recoil. Okay, we'll go grab my impact. My DeWalt. What did I do with the 8? The 8 millimeters around somewhere. You guys see where I put the 8? Okay, here we go. We're cooking with fire. Okay, this isn't tight. It is now. Okay. Check oil one more time. I put my 530 synthetic blend in by Havoline. Got this at Walmart. It's pretty inexpensive in the bag, in the box. I usually pour it into a smaller container to make it easier to pour, but since I had the recoil off, I could get my funnel in here with no issues. Let me take the paper towel that was in the gas tank and use that as my oil wipe. I might have to add just a touch. I think I'm over the bottom line though. For starting purposes, it's going to be fine. Yeah, I'm halfway. So I'm good. I'm halfway up the dipstick. I'm just going to prime it and pull. What do you think? One pull, Clucky? You better hang on, Clucky. I say two pull, Annie. One. I gotta adjust the RPMs here because I was messing with the tab before. Okay, little bit of vibration because of the shaft, but not terribly bad. Okay, the gasket's leaking here. So the used gasket from that dead machine was not good enough. So vibration, I got to address that. And like I mentioned before, I'm going to go through the carb, make sure there's no water droplets in the bowl. So let me just take a small ratchet and try to tighten this down. Otherwise, I'm going to have to keep searching for an acceptable gasket. Oh, wow, it's really pouring out of here. I'm losing all my Haveline. There was a little bit to go on tightening. Like I said before, somebody had this off and they tried to put a bunch of RTV on the old crappy gasket to stop it from leaking. It's still dripping. The valve cover could be bent as well. So I'll look at that, make sure I've got a flat surface. It's really pouring out of there in two places. So that's a stinker. More things to check out. Push this cage down a little bit. Okay. So I'm still getting dogged by this crafty M100, but I'm going to keep plowing ahead like I always do. I hope this isn't a premonition of what's to come on the rest of these mowers from Palmetto, Florida. Anyway, Clucky and I wish you're going to have a nice day today. I'm going to keep going. Tip you waitress and wait staff. Adios, amigos. Still happy with it though. We've made a lot of progress, put a lot of used parts on it, but got a little bit more to do. And Clucky's right in there to jump in and make it all happen. Adios, amigos.